Definitely. And of course, those little bit of fun elements should keep going because that's about having the right attitude and being happy all around, is what Sylvia is trying to create. Happy mind, happy souls, happy art. Sylvia, we'd want to know how you'd like to empower people around you and how would you want to encourage them to learn this wonderful technique and believe in the power of healing.
What I love about this modality is that you don't need to go out there and be like, oh my god, I need to spend now this amount of money and I need to get certified. You can buy the emotion code book, which is here. So I would really like to recommend this book to everybody, because really you don't need to go out there, you don't need to spend $1,000 on a course. You can buy this book, Emotion Code, which costs $20. You can learn by yourself muscle testing. You have the emotion code chart inside, and you can slowly start to heal yourself, release one by one trapped emotion, and then you will see how different you will start to feel. Once you have a confidence, you will see the results. You can really start to heal your family, help your loved ones, and this is something which is just amazing, and for really $20 you can heal yourself for your whole life. I mean, what is better?
Hello everyone, welcome to Upodd UAE, a Kya Matlab Network initiative. This is your host Ranjana. Every new episode, a new guest, a new story unveils an exciting journey full of passion, struggles, but yes, the power and the resilience to combat everything that comes your way. In all this, we are definitely trapped with a lot of emotions, stress, and a lot of unwanted feelings. Today, I'm privileged to welcome on the show our guest, who is a true agent of transformation and healing, Silvia Sapackova. Welcome to the show, Silvia. It's our pleasure to have you on Upod, and we are so looking forward to learn from you as to how we can be true agents of transforming our journey and healing ourselves.
Hi Ranjana, thank you so much for your welcome, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Lovely. So Sylvia, tell us, how did it start? This sounds like a beautiful journey of what you're doing, understanding emotions, helping people, getting out of those unwanted feelings that are trapped within. But how did the thought come? How did you start your journey? If you could tell us a bit about it.
Of course. So, actually my career was completely something else. I used to work in hospitality for 20 years. And then when COVID came, I had a lot of time to think. Because, when you work in hospitality, you work in 12 to 14 hours and you don't have time for anything. Right. Even I loved it. So I was really, really searching for my purpose. I knew okay, there is something else what I really want to do, and I want the change. And in the same time, also my husband, he started to work in the morning. So I was literally finishing my work when he was starting his work. So long term, it would not work at all. So as I was searching for my purpose, I hired a life coach. And I started to work with her to understand myself more. And really in the same time, my very dear friend who I used to work with before, she introduced me to the book Emotion Code. So I really fell in love with it. I read the book in a few days, and I started to practice myself immediately. And of course, after some time, I started to see the results, and I was really fascinated by it because it's a very simple technique. And I have decided, okay, I'm going to do a certification. And there are 3 certifications. So the first one is Emotion Code, where we release in negative emotions. The second one is Body Code, where we include the whole body, including Chinese meridians, energy meridians, then chakras, all the misalignments which we can have in the body, in skeleton or organs and glands. And then I also did the 3rd certification, which is about limiting beliefs. So, but this is how my journey started, really searching for the purpose. And I honestly believe that when we look for something, the universe will work with us.
Yes, so truly said. Universe gives us all the clues, and I think somewhere it is our soul and energies which connect us together. And we would want you to talk about, what this energy is. So many people would relate it to their science chapter when you hear the word energy, but of course, in your world or in as described in the book, The Emotion Code, what is this source of energy and how does it drive us?
We are basically energy. Like if you really look if you would look for on your hand under the microscope, and you will make it just bigger, 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 the resolution. Eventually, there is nothing. Like we are really energy, so we can really heal so many things with energy healing. Of course, when we also believe it, it's even much stronger. This is what I believe. But I honestly think that this is the future of the healing.
Yes, because I think we all need healing, be it from a broken heart or be it from a failure that we've had in the corporate life. We all need to heal ourselves. So tell us, you talked about certification. So is this an approved field of science when we talk of energy healing?
I'm not quite sure if this is approved by, I don't know by who. It's really in the US. It's developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and so yeah. I mean, it's in terms of energy healing, so I don't think it's gonna be approved by the medicine.
Yeah. Okay. But you spoke about the certification. So what does the certification provide you? Once you're certified, what avenues does it open for you?
Well, if you are certified, you can, of course, you can serve clients, you can have your clients. So if you just decide to go with the book, so let's say you just decide, oh, I really want to heal myself and my family. So you can buy the book and you can start to heal yourself and family. But when you have a certification, you can, of course, sell the sessions and you can heal clients, right? Because for the certification, you have a certain amount of people which you have to submit, and for each certification is different. But this allows you to basically have a business with the energy healing.
That is noble and novel at the same time. So, Silvia, what kind of cases do you usually get? What are the problems that people are really trapped with, and what kind of changes are they expecting?
So what is great with emotion code, body code, and belief code is that you can really work on anything. So you can have either an issue which you want to work on, or we can work on any goals. So issue can be anything like anxiety, depression, you have anger issues. Then we can work really on the diseases. So let's say I started, first to practice on my husband who has a multiple sclerosis. And that was my first disease, but I have a clients with Parkinson's disease, other autoimmune diseases. It works for anything and it can be helpful for anything. And then you see, like when we were talking about the goals, so it can be something like, okay, what is stopping me from starting my business? Right. So we can work on goals. So it can be anything what you think about. So I have clients in all areas. A lot of time is emotional. I'm working with clients who are overwhelmed, who are worrying too much, depression, anxiety, really the things which we see growing. Right. This time, and then with issues, irritable bowel syndrome, stomach issues, headaches, Parkinson's disease. I had a client actually who I worked on who was in coma. He had a sepsis. Okay. So, like, you name it, you can work on really anything.
Oh my God, that's really, I would say, so soulful for someone to think of doing, because you don't just need a golden heart, you need a golden soul to come out and help others in such a way. Tell us one thing, when you spoke about when people have a goal and they are not sure how to achieve it, or there's a mindset change which is needed, or maybe working on the confidence. So when you help them through emotional healing or energy healing, is there a discipline that needs to be followed? Do they have to be participant to that journey, or is it something you do on their behalf?
Look, this is, I always say to my clients, it's a two-way street, right? Of course I am doing the sessions and everything, but let's just say, for example, I'm going to be doing sessions for somebody who will come and they will say, Silvia, I want to lose a weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, you can make as much energy healing and you can be the best at what you do. But in the same time, you're going to have a client who will just sit on the sofa and eat McDonald's,
yeah.
let's say. Then obviously, I think it's just logic to say that the results will not be there,
right?
So it's amazing. But I always have a big talk with my clients in the beginning. I offer free consultation, and I spend a lot of time with my client to understand. But I also explain all the things. But in general, Ranjana, if you would come and you will tell me, okay, Silvia, I feel really overwhelmed. There is nothing what you have to do. I only will do the sessions, and eventually you see how you see the results with these sessions is that you will be like, oh my God, I'm reacting very different in this situation suddenly. So you will be like, oh, like before I would be overwhelmed and now I'm not. So you will be like really... you get excited like this and you will see the result like this mostly. Okay, but as I said, it really depends on the issue which we are working on also. But yes, I have clients now with irritable bowel syndrome, let's say. So it's amazing because she's taking the steps which she knew already from before. She met me that she should be on certain diets. So she's trying different things. So, and I honestly believe that also, if you're going to have and make effort from your side, of course, the power and everything of the result is just going to be more.
Right. So, is it more psychological, if I would say? Does the healing help you think in a more progressive, positive manner? Or is there some other changes that you realize once you have taken these healings?
More psychological. Look, we are working with subconscious mind. Why we working with subconscious mind? Because our subconscious mind stored everything, right? Yeah. So every face we ever saw, everything what we tasted, what we felt, ever, it's stored in our subconscious mind. So see, it's a computer where we can find everything. Yeah. And let's say you would come. We never work just on one issue. Let's say, Ranjana, that you would come and you would say, okay, Silvia, I have this issue, which is, let's say, physical issue. I have a pain in my neck. And if it would be emotional and we releasing emotions, it can help you with other things also. You can feel completely much better, not overthinking. I can say on myself, I've never worked for myself on negative thoughts or overthinking, but it's a result of other sessions which I've done for myself. So it's helping you in other areas. You never work just on one thing, You just need to be really self-aware to see the difference.
Okay, lovely. That sounds like a lot of art and a lot of technique behind what you do. And it's lovely to see that people actually get healed from, these issues, health issues or mental attitude issues that can be sorted through it. So tell us, you were mentioning that, one could read the book, The Emotion Code, and that's where your journey began, and they could practice it by themselves. But are there any things, maybe 5 things that you need to know from the book, The Emotion Code, to do it correctly?
The number one thing which you need to start to learn, of course, in the book you will read a lot of stories, you will have emotions explained, but the number one thing which you need to learn is going to be muscle testing, right? Because through muscle testing, you will be able to narrow down the things. from the application with the emotions, because you have the emotion code chart. So you need to muscle test if the emotion is in column A or column B, etc. So that would be the number one thing which you have to start to learn. But you can learn this. There are a lot of free videos on YouTube also.
Okay, great. So there's a lot of great support out there if you want to heal yourself and the people around you, because that's a thoughtful thing to do. So, Silvia, do you also heal kids? What kind of cases do you get when it's for kids? Because I think kids also have gone through a lot, especially after COVID or during COVID. And anyways, it's a baggage of stress for everyone nowadays. So do you get any particular problems for children in your sessions, or, by the clients who approach you?
Yes, I do, because with all these modalities we are working, I can work on people, also on animals. So I did work with the kids. I will work with some babies who were like, let's say, crying a lot, etc. My biggest case, I would say, was a 3-year-old girl who had a trichotillomania. What is when you pull your hair, so you pull chunks of hair. And some people really have it for their whole life. So it was very fascinating of course, to see the change. This was a long-term client. She's in Saudi Arabia, but she's much better now. Her hair is growing and she's not pulling her hair. So you see, there are always so many different things. I've never heard before of this issue, but it just came to me. It fell into my lap, and I believe so much in this modality, honestly. So, but yes, it's for kids, and it works very well.
Wow, you've been an angel for the child, and I'm sure for many other people out there. And you rightly said you found your purpose in it, and we can see it the way, how passionately you take us through each story. So when we talk of, these modalities, and particularly emotion and, body, and the third one being your belief code, which one is your personal favorite, or that you kind of completely relate to and you love practicing it?
To be honest, actually I didn't expect, but it's the belief code, because with the after I tried it, to be honest, there are 3 modalities now, but they are planning to do 5 in the future, where you become a master healer. So you can't do one without other. So if you want Ranjana now, you can't just go to do belief code. You need to start to be certified in emotion code. Only then you can do body code. Only then you can do belief code. Okay. And so belief code came out only last year, and I was like, I'm not sure if I really want to do it, because I really want to work with physical issues. But honestly, it blew my mind. There are 2,000 beliefs which we are releasing from our subconscious mind, and you learn a lot about yourself. So I can tell you really on myself, like I didn't know some things. I didn't know I have issues like with the boundaries, but when I started to release all these things, like, oh, I'm not allowed to say no, I can't say no, like a lot of things, because it's a statement, you see. So it's not only emotions. So you will find things about like, okay, change is not safe, and you will start to understand about yourself more. So I think belief code and limiting beliefs which we have are absolutely fascinating.
Yes, and it sounds like a self-discovery process altogether for anyone, like you mentioned, learning to know more about yourselves helps you, get out of those traps, unnecessary feelings. Any specific case that comes to your mind and you feel, oh, I'm so grateful, that I've been a part of helping you take out of it, like you mentioned of the child. So when it comes to belief code, any other case that you would like the listeners to know?
When it comes to belief code, not yet, because it's honestly more I have all the emotional and physical issues, and it came out just I finished this year, I think, the certification, but the most I think fascinating case which I had and which I can connect to is I worked with a client and she had endometriosis. I'm not sure if you are familiar, but it's one of the most painful diseases for women. Normally you have to go for surgery. Even if you have surgery, you don't know if it's not going to come back. And women can have issue also with infertility. So actually I started to work with this client. She was in Bali, and so I was doing completely remote sessions, and we were healing her endometriosis. And after that was close to summertime, so we stopped the session. She went for holidays, I went for holidays, and she booked surgery for herself in Serbia, because she's from Serbia originally. So she told me, look, I really believe in what you do, but in the same time the doctors told me like I have to have the surgery. So she had it booked, and she was supposed to pass by Dubai in August. So I met with her, and she was pregnant, and she didn't go for surgery. So I feel really connected actually to support women with infertility journey, because I think it's something incredible if I can help a woman to give a child where there is like no hope, you know.
Yes.
So this is one of the cases which is really closest to my heart, and she really had like 4 different doctors told her, okay, you have to have surgery, you will never get pregnant, etc., etc., you know, all the things which you don't want to hear.
Yeah, true. But that's so nice that you gave her hope and you gave her the most beautiful gift, to be a mother. What more can
Yes.
a woman ask for? Sylvia, I was reading somewhere when we were, doing, getting to know about the emotion code. There are chakras, there are different colors that we see, the red, blue, indigo. Do they mean something? When you do a healing, what are these colors? They stand for our personalities, our emotions.
They have all relations to our organs and everything. However, I'm not a chakra expert, so this is included. And when I muscle test and I find there is imbalance or associated imbalances, we can fix that.
Okay. Yeah, great. So tell us a little more about your personal life. How did, getting into healing sort your personal issues or your journey, or smoothen it and bring a new chapter of love and being healed yourself?
Oh, it helped me with many things. It really helped me emotionally. I was very, I wouldn't say angry always, but you see or frustrated, but my emotions were always running high. And especially when you work in hospitality, like I used to work before, it's a very high stress environment.
True.
Non-stop. Because I didn't work just in restaurants, it was like a dinner party places which are going into the club. So you have responsibility for the restaurant. I had like maybe 80 staff. So it's a stress, it's a non-stop stress, even you don't feel stressed. So I'm much more calm, I'm so balanced, I'm not being triggered by anything. So it's just really fascinating in terms of this. And then I had issues which I had a 30-long-year issue with the stomach. Which I was not getting any answers from the doctors. Also, I don't have issues with that at all. And I had at certain time also anxiety, not a long time, but about 2 months, and that was really terrible. I don't wish this to anybody, and I don't have it also. So I really swear by this technique, and I would love everybody to learn it.
That's so nice. I mean, it's truly empowering if you're asking others to, sharing this example and asking them to believe in it. But do people really believe? I mean, those that walk to your clinic or, for you support probably have a belief. But still, do you think generally when you talk to people about the modality or, the changes that you expect to come, do they trust you for your words?
You see, I think there is still a barrier, you know. So I got always a lot of my clients I got through referral, and then a lot of clients I'm also getting from a Discover Healing the platform where I was doing my certification.
Okay.
And so, if you're gonna speed Ranjana, let's say, to your friend, and I will be like, okay, I worked with this girl and like I feel so much better, you will go even maybe when you 100% not believe, right? Because when you feel, you are going kind of at the end. Some people are going when it's too late. I mean, let's be honest, we don't go as a prevention normally. We are going when we have a really big issue. So I have clients who tried already many things, but this is what I like. I really love to work with the cases like that who tried everything and nothing worked, But in general, I think we have a still certain road to go to believe 100%.
And so when you offer these sessions, does it have to be in person, or since the world has gone online, even offering healing is possible online?
I'm actually doing only online session or completely remote. When I'm working with some clients long term, they are like, first clients are very excited. They want to see what is happening. But then when they know, and I have a long-term clients, I work completely remotely. So I just have a photo, name and the age, everything. So I know them already. But if a client wants to meet like for the first time and have the first session, it's no problem for me. I'm very happy and open to meet them also. I had last time client coming from Bahrain, so like she wants to build a connection, so it's a normal.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And so the clients are usually one-to-one, if I understand. It's something that a person would have a problem at a personal level and he would come for healing. It's not something you're trying to address at a group level or, maybe to a family.
No, this is things which we release in one-to-one. So it's not there is no group release possible with this modality. So it's one-on-one.
Yeah. So every soul has a journey, and you help them transform the journey and themselves.
Yes, 100%. And I really enjoy to work one-on-one clients. I mean, as I told you, I do remote sessions, but I really like when we meet and do online session, because you see, I want to understand also, let's say we have a session with you, Ranjana, once per week. So I want to understand, okay, were you depressed still last week, or was it more you were overwhelmed, or we need to discuss, because I also, when you don't see the client, it's a bit complicated. I want to know how you really felt, and to really also understand what is the issue. Sometimes, once I had a client and she came to me with anxiety. Okay, she's like, oh my God, Silvia, I have anxiety, non-stop anxiety. So I was like, no problem, we will work on anxiety. After 4 sessions, after I'm speaking with her every time to try to understand, I'm always very curious, Actually, we find out, she has fear of abandonment, really, Then we finished very fast within next, I think, 5 sessions, and it was gone. But it's very important to, for me to listen to the client, to understand fully what is the issue, because I don't want to waste somebody money and everything, It's very important that we work on the correct thing, but sometimes people have many issues, so we need to work one by one.
One by one, yes, and that's where the diagnosis comes, and your expertise lies in that. So you spoke about a lot of cases and quite touching ones, and where you made a big difference. Are there some cases where the client came up with something you were not expecting? Like you said, I mean, weight loss was something new to me. When people come and ask you, I'm trying to lose weight, it's a big problem, honestly. But what other issues would be like very uncommon and not thought of, but you had a client coming to you and saying, can you help me, can energy healing help me with this problem?
I can. For me, the most unusual was for sure this pulling hair, because for me, I've never heard of trichotillomania before. So so far is what I'm working on. It's more of the more usual issues. But I think this is everything coming from the lifestyle we have and everything. Anxiety, depression, irritable bowel symptoms, and all these things. After I worked with the client, she had a fear of speaking up with her partner, so after 2 sessions she was like, okay, I had argument and now I said too much. So there is always also a fun element to it, not always, but when we are working on a certain things. But normally is I would say mostly usual things, but like the sepsis, trichotillomania, it's a little bit unusual, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, those little bit of fun elements should keep going, because that's about having the right attitude and being happy all around, is what Silvia is trying to create. Happy mind, happy souls, happy art. Silvia, we'd want to know how you'd like to empower people around you, and how would you want to encourage them to learn this wonderful technique and believe in the power of healing?
You see, I really want to... What I love about this modality is that you don't need to go out there and be like, oh my God, I need to spend now this amount of money and I need to get certified. You can buy the emotion code book, which is here. So I would really like to recommend this book to everybody, because really you don't need to go out there. You don't need to spend $1,000 on a course. You can buy this book, Emotion Code, which costs $20. You can learn by yourself muscle testing. You have the emotion code chart inside, and you can slowly start to heal yourself, release one by one trapped emotion, and then you will see how different you will start to feel. Once you have a confidence, you will see the results. You can really start to heal your family, help your loved ones, and this is something which is just amazing, and for really $20, you can heal yourself for your whole life. I mean, what is better?
That was Silvia taking us on her journey of self-discovery, of healing, and making this world beautiful with the modality that she completely believes in. Thank you so much, Silvia, for being with us on the show and sharing your wonderful story. We are truly inspired and we are healed. Thank you.
She's a beacon of hope for many, many, many people in need of emotional sorting, because she's an emotional code practitioner, Silvia. I'm super excited to have her on our show today. Silvia, I would request you to give us some kind words, please.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy, really, that you invited me to your podcast. And I'm so happy that there is going to be so many people, of course, from your side, which we can reach to show them that, okay, maybe they don't have a hope for whatever is going on with them internally. Maybe they have certain issues and they really lost the hope. So I am so grateful that you actually gave me this opportunity, and we can really reach another amount of people to explain to them and show them that there is other way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Silvia. All her details are available on the podcast and on the post. She's open to collaborations. Get in touch with her and get your emotions sorted. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rashi.